my pleasure to be here today. Thank you for inviting me to speak to you. And ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. What a wonderful day. Wasn't it nice to listen to so many different topics today? And really it's an eye-opener. So I hope that now we can listen to a little bit serious stuff. Well, not really. I will give you a little introduction. I was asked to speak on Sukhmani Sahib, but I will give you a little introduction to Sikhism first. You just saw a little bit from the children there, and they gave you a little gist of what it is all about. This is exactly what I will do, so maybe there will be a little repetition. Sikhism started in Punjab. You just saw the map there. In the 15th century. Punjab is situated in India, in the northwest. Its name is derived from having 5 rivers, Punjab, 5 rivers. It is triangular plain, bounded by mountains on the north, east and northwest, and a desert on the south. To the northeast lie the Himalayas mountains, the loftiest chain in the world. On the left, in the northwest, lie Afghanistan and the Khyber Pass, and a beautiful Kashmir valley up north. The inhabitants of Punjab were a mixed lot of people of all various religions. Basically, all religions are a means for the spiritual betterment of human beings, and hence are good in their own way. Sikhism is a way of life. It emphasizes seva, which is service to humanity, kurbani, self-sacrifice, satsang, company of the truthful, and vanchak, communal sharing. It is a belief in one God, who is pervasive, shapeless, formless, just, and true. The word Ek Omkar signifies the unity with God. The person seeking salvation must develop a close relationship. The way to salvation in Sikhism is through an understanding of God. This may easily be achieved through an internal realization of oneself by meditation. The focus of this understanding is the purity and truthfulness of the human heart. But the impediment to salvation is man himself, because of his bondage to the world and to the Maya, the unreality of value. This bondage may be broken through Nam, which is a divine name, and Shabad, which is a divine word, which would be clarified through the Guru teacher. Guru is a teacher, who is in fact the divine preceptor and an awakened and receptive seeker. Man must understand the divine order, that's hukam, of the universe, and strive to bring himself into harmony with it. This is to truth, and more importantly, to truthful living. Sikhism emphasizes that the attainment of this realization is through loving service to humanity and has nothing to do with external observances such as formal worship or ritual. The only acceptable place of worship is the human heart, where the Shabad is uttered. Naam Simran, remembrance of the divine name, is reflected internally and leads to oneness with God, Sachkhand. The traditions and philosophy of Sikhism were established by 10 specific gurus. Each guru added to and reinforced the message taught by the previous, resulting in the creation of Sikh religion. In the land of 5 rivers, called Punjab, and in a small neglected village called Talwandi, now known as Nankana Sahib, in the present district of Sheikhupura, about 40 miles southwest of Lahore, which is now in Pakistan, on the night of full moon, on the 15th of April, year 1469, a morning star shone very bright in the eastern sky, where a baby boy was born to the wife of Mehta Mariam Das Bedi of Bedi Khatri tribe. Friends and relatives came to see the baby, newborn baby. They all wished the child long life. Some even prophesied that a new Messiah is born. When Guru Nanak was born, it was the period of German Renaissance. In England, the War of Roses was in full swing. In India, it was a period of great turmoil. The Mughal dynasty was about to be established. Nanak was put to a school at a very early age of 5 years. Besides Hindi and Punjabi, he learned Persian and Sanskrit from the village Brahmins and the Maulvis. While he obeyed his father and in doing whatever he was asked to, but his heart was centered all the while on the one absolute God. And whenever he was asked, "What is your name?" he would say, "My name is Nanak Niranकार," Nanak who belonged to the one absolute Lord. At a very early age, he seemed to have acquired a questioning and inquiring mind. When, for instance, he was asked to wear the sacred thread that is a very good custom amongst Hindus, he refused to put it on, saying, "I would rather wear the thread that would not break or get soiled or get burnt." There are several examples of his thought process as he was growing up. He amazed Hindus and Muslims alike with his views. He said he was neither a Hindu nor a Muslim. At age 27 years, he entered upon his global mission to instruct and save the world. For some time he traveled through the Punjab, converting Hindus and Muslims to his views and established missionary centers for his devout followers from low caste who had nothing of their own. He then traveled throughout India, north, south, east and west, but also beyond, to Arabia, Mesopotamia, Ceylon, Afghanistan, as far as Tibet, and many other places over a period of 30 years by foot, accompanied by one of his most devout followers, Mardana, a Muslim, who played on the ribab while Nanak sang to the audiences all creeds. He spread the word of God to whoever he met. According to Guru Nanak, the purpose of human life is to reconnect with Akal, the timeless one. However, egotism is the biggest barrier in doing this. Using the Guru's teachings, remembering down the divine word or the name of the Lord, lends to end egotism. Guru Nanak designated the word Guru, meaning teacher, the voice of the Spirit, the source of knowledge and guide and the salvation. The human body is just a means to achieve the reunion with the truth. Once the truth starts to shine in a person's heart, religion is understood by the person. Guru Nanak's teachings are found on a spiritual union with Akal, which results in salvation. To get closer to God, you have to avoid evil of Maya. Keep everlasting peace in mind. Keep everlasting truth in mind. practice Shabad Kirtan, meditate on Naam, and serve humanity. Listening to Shabad Kirtan is a powerful way to achieve tranquility. Meditation is unfruitful without service and action. Seva, selfless service, helps to kill ego. Seva has three forms: Tan, which is a physical service; Man, which is mental service; and Tan, which is a material service. Guru Nanak said that Sikhs should balance their daily lives by going to work regularly and find time in their daily lives for worship and also give charity and defend rights of all people. Nanak says God is truth. He is eternal, infinite and omnipresent. He is formless and shapeless. He is the creator and is free from births and deaths. He is within us. He is around us. One does not have to go to a special place to worship Him. You can pray to Him anytime, anywhere, day or night. You can approach God directly. No mediator is required. Guru Nanak created the langar system, where food is prepared and served free to all, any and all that congregate, and they partake the same food, sitting together at the same level, be it a king, a pauper, no distinction of caste, color or creed. Guru Arjan Dev, the fifth Guru, was the youngest son of Guru Ramdas. He was a poet of great excellence, a philosopher in his own right, a builder and a great organizer, and the first martyrdom in the Sikh history. In the heart of Amritsar, Guru Arjan Dev built a temple now properly known as the Golden Temple. It is open on all four sides to signify that it is open to men of all four castes and to men from all four directions of the world. It is said that he asked Muslim Sufi Mian Mir to lay the foundation of this Gurudwara. Guru Granth Sahib was compiled by Guru Arjan Dev Ji. He already had before him the hymns of his predecessors collected and put in writing by the second and third Gurus. Besides the writings of the Sikh Gurus, compositions of most of the medieval Hindu bhaktas like Kabir, Ramanand, Ravidas, Surdas, Sain and Bikhan from UP and many others are included. Guru Arjan himself was a great vocalist and an instrumentalist. As the whole Granth Sahib is written in poetry of the highest order, both music and poetry have formed an inseparable part of the Sikh ritual and the Sikh cultural pattern, which runs through the blood of every man and woman of this aesthetic faith. Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th Guru, established the Khalsa Panth in 1699 in Anandpur. On Vaisakhi Day, his followers gathered under a very large tent. He called for 5 volunteer men to come forward. He had prepared Amrit, holy water for baptism, and stirred it with an iron khanda to make them strong. His mother, Mother Gujari, added some patases, which is kind of sweet. She said that this shall make them not only strong, but make them also sweet and gentle. All these things had to be done as the times were such that one had to defend oneself from forcibly converted to Islam or be beheaded, as was the 9th Guru, Tegh Bahadur, in November of 1695. Guru Gobind Singh baptized the 5 chosen men and then asked them to baptize him, thus created all men equal, including him. He called this a brotherhood. He asked them to wear 5 Ks and call them Khalsa Panth. Such a force was to wear a distinctive appearance. The 5 Ks were Kesh, unshorn hair; Kanga, comb to keep them neat and clean; Kara, the steel bangle, symbol of omnipresence of God; Kacha or drawer, symbol of chastity; and Kirpan as the symbol of sovereign authority and resistance to evil. The men were to be called Singhs, lion; the women to have called princess as their middle name. The women were treated as equals. This was true democracy. The Guru therefore decided to create a community which would not only be iconoclastic and fight against all shams and taboos of caste, dress, diet and status, but being worshippers of the one supreme being, would look to all humanity as one and no idol worshipping. They would be the spearhead of a nationwide movement for synthesis and dedicated service. Guru Gobind Singh added only a few stanzas to the Holy Granth Sahib. He said that after his death, there will be no more Gurus. The word is the spiritual Guru as contained in the Granth. The secular Guru is the Panth or the whole Khalsa in faith. Thus was democracy forever established in the spiritual as well as the social domains by the 10th Master. Thus Guru Granth Sahib was, from now on, the living embodiment of the Gurus. This whole book is now worshipped by the Sikhs the world over as the living Guru, and full reverence is given. It is the scripture of the Sikhs, and the expungement of any portion thereof is considered sacrilegious. It comprises of 1430 pages. There are prayers for morning, prayers for evening, and there are prayers for special functions like asking for blessings for a new house, new job, marriage, death, birth. Any service performed ends with a special prayer or ardas, in which well-being is wished for all. One of the prayers is called Sukhmani Sahib. Sukhmani Sahib means song of peace. It gives comfort and peace of mind to whosoever is looking for the way to God. The word literally means treasure of peace, Sukh. Sukhmani Sahib is the name given to a set of hymns divided into 24 sections. Each section is called Astapadi. There are 8 hymns in each Astapadi. To recite these hymns takes about 80 minutes. This Bani or the prayer brings peace and serenity to the person who is praying and to the person who is listening. God resides in our hearts, and the only way to worship Him is by cultivating sublime thoughts and meditation on His name. With the regular practice of meditation, thoughtful waves subside, and for the entire humanity only by generating a new thought force. Thoughts have tremendous powers which can be developed to unlimited degree by repetition, contemplation and meditation. As you sow, so shall you reap is quite apt. God's Spirit is inherent in every person, every creation. Therefore, infinite divine power is inherent and latent in each one of us. We only have to tap the fountain of this divine power within our souls to become the masters of the divine power. The first Astapadi advises us to meditate on Him and attain peace. The easiest process of meditation is to concentrate your mind on the divine word, that is Guru Mantra, and repeat it continuously for some minutes, in the beginning in a low voice so that concentration becomes easy and smooth. The duration of the meditation should be increased gradually. Sit in a comfortable position or posture in a quiet room. Close your eyes and breathe smoothly, and do it at a fixed time regularly, every morning and if possible, every evening. Meditating on the Lord will cause your ego and fear of death to disappear, and you will attain wisdom and concentration. Your desires are fulfilled, and you will attain immense bliss. Where there is no mother, no father, friend or brother, then only Lord's name keeps you company. As the pillars support the temple, so does Guru's word support the mind. The darkness disappears as the mind is illuminated by God's presence. The Lord is the dispenser of pleasure and pain, so just call on Him. Be pleased with what He does. We come into this world naked and we go with nothing. All creation is His. All persons are equal in the eyes of God. He showed us the path to moral, social and political achievement and to self-realization of all human beings in all parts of the world. His great message is universal and for all times. It points the way to self-realization by love, devotion and service to man and God. It is essential to follow the path correctly as pointed out by the one who himself realized the truth, be it Krishna, Buddha, Christ, Muhammad or Nanak. Now we come to Sukhmani Sahib, as we said that Guru Arjan Dev Ji wrote this. Sukhmani Sahib, or the Psalm of Peace, as it is also known, as was composed by the fifth Guru, Arjan Dev Ji, 1563 to 1606. It is recited early in the morning by all devout Sikhs. It is designed to stir the deep feelings of the human nature and to start a current of religious emotion that will cleanse and invigorate our tiny selves and unite them with the source of all existence. It soothes the heart of affliction and deepens the joy in life. It is known to have been the favorite reading of a Mohammedan minister of Akbar named Wazir Khan, who would not take his food until this prayer had been recited to him in the morning. There is something very special in these Ashtapadis that touches the heart of the reader and the one who listens to it, no matter what class or creed he or she may belong to. Nobody can resist the universal appeal of such passages as are in these Ashtapadis. Sukhmani Sahib tells us that there is only one God. He has no form or outline and is unaffected by the three qualities of Maya. He is realized by the grace of true Guru. The belief in God is like many other important beliefs, an act of faith. One must be rooted in personal experience, one that needs to be individually and collectively sustained. God has no partners or competitors. God, being self-existent and immortal, is not born or dies. He is without fear and illusion. He is in omnipotence and omnipresence, pervasive and omniscience. God knows everything you do. You cannot hide anything from Him. He knows all. God is the creator of the whole universe. Before time began to run, He was the truth. Now He is the truth, and He will be the truth always. With the vast array of gadgets at their disposal, the scientists have not been able to determine what actually happened. Throughout those unaccountable ages, there was complete darkness. No life existed. There was no water, no air, nothing grew. and there was no cycle of births or deaths. So no problems existed. There was no day or night, only God in ceaseless trance. Then God, the great architect and the creator of all creations, started in his amphitheater to create in countless ways and of countless kinds, colors etc., countless living beings, rich and poor people, bhagats and devotees, sinners and evildoers, birds and animals, worlds and hemispheres, sun, moon, all galaxies, skies and all universe, all regions and their inhabitants, religious books and scriptures. The universe seems to be perfectly balanced. He plays all the plays in his amphitheater. He pervades all. God causes others to do whatever he likes. Everyone is in his full control. None can kill anyone whom God protects. When he was alone, there were no problem, but after his creation, the snares of entanglements of Maya, ego, etc. started to appear. All places and living beings belong to God. God alone does and causes others to do whatever he likes, according to his laws. What God wants shall happen. He never dies. Useless rituals, customary religious observances, abandoning one's home and family, wandering in jungles, throwing offerings in fire, giving charities and doing other similar acts result in increasing the fire of ego. The value of such acts and observances is wholly insignificant as compared to the worship, remembrances and meditation upon God under the instruction of the true. The best religion has been defined as the religion of worshipping and meditating upon the one God, uttering his name with full devotion. In the first Ashtapadi and also throughout the whole prayer, it is advised that one should meditate on him to attain peace. This will get rid of all the woes and afflictions. Meditate on him who fills the universe, with whose name is uttered by myriads of creations and the Vedas, Puranas and the Smritis, with a particle of his name. God's name is the ambrosia and he is the bestower of happiness and mental peace. By meditating on the Lord God, pain, fear of death disappear. You attain wisdom, concentration and intellect. Meditating on the Lord, one sheds love for others and bathes in the holiness. And one is honored in the Lord's court. One's thirst is quenched. One is blessed with many gifts, and life becomes happy and fulfilled. God is merciful to all. He is present everywhere. He knows all secrets. He cherishes all. He blends himself with those whom he likes. God is formless, yet he lives in all. He is circumpossessing all qualities as well as nirgun, formless. He is also the doer. He sits with the living beings, yet he is one. God blends himself with the creations. He is present in all hearts. Everything belongs to him. He himself created the world drama. You should pray to God. He is the destroyer of pain and grief, and we must seek his protection with the assistance of the true Guru. Okay, I'm asked to finish in 2 minutes, so I guess I'll have to call this off. But I would like to give you a little poem towards the end of it, which is, I think, very interesting, if you don't mind. I'll give a little translation of it in English first. This poem describes Upanishad as the house of peace and that it is like a saw for evils and an enemy of pain. It has lifted paupers into great men. It is the life of devotees, their food and their wealth. It is a key to the hidden treasures and a panacea for all ills. This ambrosia of Nam was not easily obtained. It was obtained by Guru Arjan, suffering on a very, very hot blade over a very hot fire, and hot sand was poured over his head. He had a hidden treasure in his heart, which he converted to Sukhmani Sahib, and he deposited it in the laps of the Sikhs. Each letter and word was embedded with the wisdom of Puranas and Smritis. It's not just words, it is the heart of Guru Arjan. It has the strength to uplift you from the floor to reach the sky. It is a boat that will take you through stormy oceans. So that was the English talk. I know sometimes the true sentiment is lost when you're trying to translate from one language to another. Now I will say it in Punjabi. मैं पंजाबी च कविता सुनानी है सुखनी साहब दी ये लिखी है सरदार राम नारायण सिंह जी दर्दी लुधियाने वाले ने वो कहते हैं ये सुखनी साहिब घर है सुखां दी आरी है पापां लई दुश्मन है दुखां दी इस मंगते अते गुदावा नूं है शहनशाह बना दिता ये छो गई जे शहनशाह नूं रब दे नाल मिला दिता आशिक जेड़ा दिसदा है वो इसते मिलिया जींदा है वो इसनू अबे हियात समझ के चुलियां पर पींदा है ये जीवन है संतां दा ये संतां दा सरमाया है ये संतां दा खाना पीना ये संतां दी माया है ये कुंजी है दौलत दी ये कुंजी है दौलत दी ते इस विच गुप्त खजाना है ਇਹ ਕਾਮਦੇਨ ਇਹ ਕਲਪ ਬ੍ਰਿਜ ਇਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਰੋਗਾਂ ਲਈ ਸਫਾਖਾਨਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਰਤਾਵੇ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਮੋਏ ਰੂਹ ਜਿਵਾ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਇਸ ਕੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੇ ਵਜ਼ੀਰ ਖਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੰਚਨ ਜਿਹੇ ਬਣਾ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਇਹ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੀ ਇਹ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੀ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਕੋਈ ਆਸਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੁੱਖਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੋਈ ਬੇਵਾਕਫ ਕੋਈ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਦੁੱਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਆਲੂ ਵਾਂਗ ਉਬਾਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਤੱਤਾ ਰੇਤਾ ਸੜਦਾ ਬਲਦਾ ਸਿਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਵਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਤੱਤੀ ਲੋ ਪਖਿਆਏ ਪੱਖੀ ਅੰਗਿਆਰੇ ਵਾਂਗ ਜਿਸ ਉਸਤੇ ਚੌਂਕੜੀ ਲਾਈ ਸੀ ਉਸੇ ਹੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਸੁਖਮਣੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬਣਾਈ ਸੀ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਪਤ ਖਜ਼ਾਨਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੁਖਮਣੀ ਰੂਪ ਬਣਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਰਦੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਝੋਲੀ ਪਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਇਹ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਤੁਕ ਅੰਦਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਮਤਲਬ ਵੇਦ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਰਥ ਹੈ ਗੀਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਰਥ ਹੈ ਗੀਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਹਾਭਾਰਤ ਦਾ ਤਤ ਅਜ਼ੀਰ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਦਾ ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਝ ਚੋਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਚੋਪਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਿੱਠੀਆਂ ਪੀੜਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੀੜਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੂੰਘੀਆਂ ਰਮਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਕਦੀਰ ਲਈ ਤਦਬੀਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਉੱਚਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਵਸਲ ਦੀ ਜੁਗਤੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਮੁਕਤੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਪੱਤਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਅੱਖਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਸੀਨਾ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦਾ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੁਖਮਣੀ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਸੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਫਰਸ਼ੋਂ ਅਰਸ਼ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਵਿਖਲਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੀ ਝੋਲੀ ਪਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਵੀ ਜਦ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਝੋਲੀਆਂ ਭਰਦੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਸੀਸ ਝੁਕਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਸਿਦਕ ਦੀ ਬੇੜੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਸਿਦਕ ਦੀ ਬੇੜੀ ਹੈ ਸਿਦਕ ਹੀ ਪਾਰ ਲਗਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਬੇਸਿਦਕਾਂ ਤਾਈਓ ਹੀ ਦਰਦੀ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਕੋਤੇ ਖਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ Thank you very much for your patience.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was very interesting and also informative. I just wonder if anybody's got any questions on the presentation, on Sikhism, or anything else. Yes.
In the video, they showed an idol. What's the meaning or significance behind the shape?
This idol on the side there? Yeah. That's
That's Ek Onkar. One Ek Onkar, one God.
Is there...
No, this is how we start. We always say there is only one God. You can call him by any names.
How did they come up with the shape? I'm wondering, like, what does it...
I have no idea. I have no idea. That is one. The first one is one, and then it's Ek Onkar. That's all. Yes.
Yeah. And then in the background you can see basically the other symbol. What was?
Oh, the conducted one.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a beautiful. That's a beautiful piece of symbol. Like everybody has, somebody has on his cap. The army, navy, they have their badges, right? Sikhs have that too. This is their. It's khanda, it's called khanda Kirpan. It's got two swords on the sides, and many people wear, like we wear crosses, we wear khanda Kirpan as in our necklaces on ourselves.
And is there a symbolism behind it, or is it just?
Yes, well,
Yeah.
the two kirpans are one meaning and piri. They all have meanings.
But are those all caves?
But
They talked about the cave.
yes, case, the 5 case.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are those the 5 caves or just the kirpan is?
No, 5 case. The Sikhs are supposed to not cut their hair,
Right.
and they have to have a comb.
Yes.
They are all starting with K.
Yes.
Case is with K. Gada is with K.
Is the kada in there?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. So those are the symbols.
Yes.
What's Kara?
Gada is a steel bangle.
Yeah.
It's a symbol of omnipresent.
So those are the symbols.
Yeah. And the kirpan, that's a big sword.
Yeah.
You can also go with it.
And any other questions?
Just a question, I just want to thank you for reciting the prayer.
Just want to thank you for reciting the prayer.
Thank you very much.
I have a question. Is there different, like Christianity, you got Protestants and Catholics and so on, is there different divisions of Sikhism?
No.
It's all one.
Sikhism shouldn't have. This is the Sikhism is supposed to be. That's why the men are all called Singhs.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to have Bharaj or whatever their surname is different. Now we are doing it because that's the place we come. So you need to be able to know where you're coming from, right? But as far as Guru Gobind Singh is concerned, he made one Sikh community. That's all are called Sikhs, and they're all baptized. That's when they started in the 5 Ks for sure.
Has there been conflict in the middle of the Sikh community, or is there separation of any kind?
No, we are supposed to be very democratic,
Yeah.
and we all believe in one God, and all the principles that I just told you, communal sharing, all that, we got to live by it.
It's the 5th largest religion in the world.
Yeah,
I believe it's the
so,
5th
yeah,
largest religion in the world.
yeah. And there are many Americans now.
Yeah, there's 6.
Seeking.
Any other questions, folks? Yeah, Chris?
Sir, are Sikhs allowed to fight in wars?
Are Sikhs allowed to fight in wars?
Okay, the Singh, when Guru Gobind Singh's time, the times were such that there were a lot of wars. The Mohammedan emperors had taken over India, and they were, if you didn't convert to Islam, they would behead you. So because of that, he had to fight, and he had to have the kirpan, and that's why he said that is to protect the people. And that was for that period. Now it's become a symbol.
But to Chris's question, I believe that they are known as basically being very strong warriors,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, they are very
Chris,
strong.
Chris, was that your question? Because they're incredible warriors.
Well, you know, they fought in the world wars. They even went on planes, fighter pilots. Although they wore turbans, they still were fighters in the Second World War. They took part in everything. And you know, the Gurkhas and the Sikhs are the really toughest.
Chris,
Yeah.
you don't mess with those folks.
No. But they're very gentle. You see, when they were
Except when they show up quietly.
when they were have their comrade, the purpose of that was the significance of the Guruji was going to just make them strong.
Right.
His mother wanted to put a little bit of sugar to make them sweet and gentle. So the Sikhs still have a certain gentleness in them, but they are tough. It's a fight with them.
Well, they come by it honestly. The Punjab doesn't exactly, it's surrounded on all sides, and they certainly have had lots of people come through the Punjab, so I'm sure that it's been interesting. Any other questions? Could I call on Vicky just to say thank you? And I agree that it was lovely to listen to the prayer in your own language. Anyway, it's wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bharaj, for your inspirational talk and sharing your wisdom with us. Yeah, thank you so much on behalf of Shindig.
Thank you very much.